Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar, your guide through this 9-session Integrative Life Teacher Training Series. In this class, we will look at fine-tuning the house cleaning of your mind. One of the best ways of learning new habits is through reconditioning your way of thinking. We never eliminate the potential for negative thoughts. We all have the potential to think any positive or negative thoughts about ourselves. To try to push negative thoughts out or fight with them just reinforces them. The easiest and most direct technique for creating positive self-affirmations is simply to reverse your negative thinking. Construct a thought that is the reverse of your negative thought. Then give your affirmation a chance to sink in. Notice in what ways it is true for you already. Let yourself consider living with this point of view and see the immediate changes it makes in your self-concept. Sometimes the more reaction you have to the affirmation, the more potential positive meaning it has for you. Generally, do not work more than a week or 2 with any one affirmation if you're not noticing positive results. If you're not noticing positive changes with the affirmation after a week or 2, as I said, try the following response column method on handout 5, response column exercise. Write your affirmation on the top left of the exercise sheet, leaving enough space to the right of the affirmation to record thoughts and considerations which occur to you immediately after writing the affirmation. It may be a thought, a feeling, or a body sensation. Record this on the right-hand side. Now, this helps you to personalize the affirmation. Make it yours by seeing what blocks it is connected to in your mind. The positive self-statements will serve as a blotter to draw out the underlying negativity. Here's an example of my using the affirmation, I am my own best friend, with the response column to help increase my self-acceptance and love. I'll read them briefly now as a typical sample of how the mind can work. I took a breath and listened inside to what came up after each successive time I wrote and considered the affirmation. I am my own best friend. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. I am my own best friend. I feel some constriction in my chest. I am my own best friend. I long to feel love for myself like I can feel for others. I am my own best friend. I think I'm a phony at times, just trying to like an image of me. I am my own best friend. Again, I feel a pain and emptiness in my chest. I am my own best friend. I see myself relating to others and wanting to be liked or even admired. I am my own best friend. There are some likable qualities about me, but I keep the unlikable ones hidden unless I'm really stressed. I am my own best friend. I feel sad for the part of me that works so hard at being liked. I am my own best friend. I feel an emptiness in my stomach and realize I'm continuously working to prove my worthiness. I am my own best friend. I have a hard time just sitting down and being with myself without thinking I need to accomplish something. I am my own best friend. I feel sadness and embarrassment. I am my own best friend. I can imagine sitting down and just enjoying being, but not for long. I am my own best friend. But I do get pleasure out of meeting goals. I am my own best friend. And I'd like to not have that be so dominant a motivation in my life. I am my own best friend. I am willing to consciously practice getting more consistent pleasure out of just being with me. I am my own best friend. Is making this a goal just another form of accomplishment? I'm suspicious of me. I am my own best friend. Who cares? I'm willing to use my work habits to install more self-acceptance if that's what it takes. I am my own best friend. I really do like myself when I get down to it. I am my own best friend. This affirmation now has a whole different meaning for me after doing this process. I feel more personally connected to it. So when I'm able to write and say an affirmation without any contradictions or modifications, either intellectually or emotionally, I've achieved my purpose of eliminating, or at least reducing, conditioned reactivity to the thoughts I choose for myself. It's precisely when your major fear surfaces that the most gain can be made. For me, that might have been when I wrote the thought, I am suspicious of me. That is, I'm afraid of trusting myself. Now, incorporating the energy of the fear into your affirmation and listen to the thoughts that emerge from your mind. The origins of the fear message may become evident to you, even dating back to your early childhood. For example, I was able to see myself being scolded for being selfish. That is, not considering others' needs before mine, installing a deep fear of being disliked if I was not accomplishing what I was supposed to. For example, playing rather than doing my chores. The power of the affirmation is not suppressing negativity, but in bringing it to the surface so you can make conscious choices about dealing with it. I, for example, formed the habit of doing chores that were more fulfilling for me. I would literally sneak in work while other people would sneak in goofing off. But now in my life, I'd like to enjoy being as much as doing. This is how the affirmation technique differs from repression or brainwashing. It leads to insight rather than just rote behavior change. The response column method will give you a direct reading of your thoughts, feelings, and habits which stand in the way of your desired way of being. Now, take the self-affirmation that has the most emotional charge for you from your reversal technique and complete the response column exercise on handout 5. Response column exercise. Write your affirmation on the left top of the page. Then listen to your immediate response. It may be a thought, a feeling, or a body sensation. Record this on the right-hand side. Continue writing the affirmation on the left and your response on the right until you fill the page. Use extra paper or space as needed till you get some sense of closure with your affirmation. Stop the video and complete handout 5 and come back to the video. Since most of the core beliefs with which we are dealing have been embedded in the depths of our personality and likewise in the more primitive layers of our brain, the classical conditioning method is the most appropriate for new learning. No matter how insulting, quotes, repetitive writing is to our higher intelligence. Using as many sensory channels at one time is advised. Some people record the affirmations, then listen to them while they write and say them. Others write them in the first, second, and third person and/or insert their childhood family name as the subject. For example, I, Jimmy, am my own best friend. Jimmy, you are your own best friend. And Jimmy is his own best friend. So, to truly have the power to adjust our life course, we must have the courage to challenge the false dominance of the mind that is driven by survival fears and restore the primacy of our Sacred Heart, which rules through the universal power of love. This is the core and driving principle of being an integrative life teacher. Holding you in my heart as fellow travelers on the road home. I send and receive blessings for our circle and all sentient beings. Till next class. Blessings and light and love.